Dag, my dudes, how you been keeping? I hope whatever you've been getting up to today has definitely not been flagrant.
I am in flavor country.
Welcome back to another Soul Singer Discovers. Ooh! Today on Soul Singer Discovers, it's another patron's choice, absolutely. We're fair getting through them. Today's patron is Nathan. Nathan has chosen a song by the Distillers for us. Ooh! But before we get there, a little metalhead musing. Today's Metalhead Musings comes from No Gods, No Masters. Oofed. The lady's not for turning. Oh God. No Gods, No Masters says, I have PTSD with Queen. Bohemian Rhapsody is pure torture for me. It was played so much on the radio back in the day that I hated it from the start. Okay. No Gods, No Masters is referring to the fact that I talked about Ace of Spades being played on repeat in the place that I worked for 6 weeks. And it's something that I forget happens with music. Because I love music so feverishly, I forget that certain kinds of music can cause genuine flashback behaviour. Like some people say that your sense of smell can be really connected to memory and can evoke really intense memories. But I would say to that person, you are correct, but have you ever listened to music you haven't heard for a long time? I was in the supermarket about a week ago and a song from my childhood came on and I had a full reaction. I hadn't heard that song since I was probably 7, 6, and it was so bizarre. And you forget how much information you retain that your brain stores, but to your conscious day-to-day mind, you've forgotten it. Oh, you haven't forgotten it. Oh, you haven't forgotten it. No Gods, No Masters, thank you. I understand your pain. If I had to listen to Bohemian Rhapsody on repeat, I mean, I do love that song, but it would get a bit much. Do any of you have any songs that evoke all kinds of memories? Let me know in the comment section. Today, as I said, it is patron's choice. The lovely Nathan has chosen 2 bands, but I've chosen the first one, or maybe it's the second one, can't remember. It's the Distillers. I chose it because he told me that they were a femme punk band, and I was like, yes. Before we go any further, let's head over to Rosie the Robot and find out some things I didn't know about the Distillers.
The Distillers are an American punk rock band formed in Los Angeles, California in 1998 by vocalist and guitarist Brody Dalle. Dalle co-wrote, played guitar, and provided lead vocals for nearly every track on the band's 3 albums.
Thank you, Rosie, as always. So let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into it. The song we're going to be listening to is called The Hunger. Let's do it. The Distillers. Boop.
Your feet, hold on tight. I never knew I know much more than this. Open sky, the wave of pain, the sense of you is bliss. Hungry eyes.
Great voice. Fuck yeah. Pausing. Fucking fabulous. I believe the lead singer's called Brody Dalle. I'm going to call her Brody. Fucking fabulous. I desperately enjoy female rage. I really do. Mostly because there was a huge swathe of time where female rage in both music and in film was portrayed as this sort of like quiet, submissive, graceful occasion. And as a hot-headed woman, I've never known any part of me that behaved that way when I was angry. And I don't actually know a hell of a lot of women who do. So it always fascinated me, especially because, you know, some, you know, a lot, it's very colloquial for men, rightfully, to discuss their dealings with women and how women be crazy. Which is always fascinating to me that you've got that, and then you've got their portrayal in media with female rage that is just sort of like, just an incredibly passive occasion. It's not. So I enjoy genuine expression of female rage. It makes me, I believe we watched a band called Face Yourself, and their lead singer, she's so unhinged in her performance and it's glorious to watch. Intensely cathartic. In fact, one of the lyrics she uses before the drop is "fuck around and find out." God damn it, it's good. Yeah, I really like Brody's voice. She's got one of those voices that's natural distortion. I'm willing to believe she's got a naturally distorted voice and she's exacerbated it with smoking. I feel like there's a certain texture to naturally distorted vocals that have been made that way, or sorry, been exacerbated by smoking. And it's one of those things that I'm sure it might just be singers that can hear it, or experienced singers that can hear it. But I can definitely hear it, and it's like a rubberiness. I don't know. There's a word that I need for it, but when I hear it, I'm like, oh, you smoke. You smoke. Not to his detriment, here's the tea, I'm not a doctor. I am but a singer and a worm. So if you do choose to smoke as a vocalist, I have had singers come to me plenty of times, and whenever I get a new vocalist, oh, that's the point. If you ever choose, or if you want to ever have vocal lessons from me, you can on my Patreon. I will teach you how to sing. It's something I've done for a long time. But one of the first questions I always ask vocalists when they first come to me is, what's your practice right now? What's your practice like? Where do you want to be with your vocals? How much water do you drink? And do you smoke? Those are the very bare bones questions that I ask. And the amount of vocalists that when they say, oh yeah, I do, I smoke. And I'm like, okay, well, that's something good for me to know, because then I can understand things, changes in your voice and textures. But actually I don't give a shit. If you want to smoke, you smoke. Is it good for your vocals? Absolutely not. And I don't want to hear in the comment section, oh, but such and such smoked for 100 years and they had a great voice. I would like genuine examples of that, in where the person was able to sing like Whitney. Because if you're coming to me and going, yeah, but Lemmy from Motorhead did it. Lemmy was in a rock band, slash metal, whatever. And whilst his range might have been better at points, his voice was a definite representation of a smoker. Also, everyone wants to traipse out Janis Joplin as an experience of what being a smoker doesn't affect being a vocalist. But she also died when she was 27, wearing a jumper woven from her own vomit. So I don't want to hear it. And I love Janis Joplin. Her version of Summertime? Come on. It's so good. Anyway, loving it so far. Let's keep going. Boop. Such a Boop. Oh, okay. I really like that for a whole bunch of reasons. I think she's given a little bit of Sheryl Crow. She's given a little bit of Shirley Manson. I think as well at one point she dropped her larynx quite a bit. She was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a terrible impression of her. It's so stylistic. It's so 90s. I love it. I know Courtney Love was probably a poster child for a lot of people at that time. Musicians coming up, female musicians. Regardless of Courtney Love as she is as a person, I do think that her performances were interesting. You know, she wouldn't be the first stop on my tour of 90s distorted female vocals, but she should be mentioned. Brody's a great singer. She's got all this natural distortion that she's definitely amping up. She did a sort of like, which was really cool. Could I do without the sort of acousticy bits? Probably. Would it have been cooler if it had been much, much heavier? Probably. That all being said, I did really enjoy that. It was cool. It was 90s. I could 100% hear it on a soundtrack for some like 90s slasher flick, like Scream or something. Absolutely. Yep, the Distillers can say, thank you, Nathan. Ah, that was lovely. I did enjoy that quite a lot. What did you guys think of it? What do you guys think of sort of punky, rocky bands from the 90s? A little bit away from metal, but what do you think? Give me some suggestions. As always, first of all, thank you to Nathan and thank you to my patrons. Thank you to all of you for continuing to watch, like and subscribe. Don't forget to go and subscribe. Until next time, my dudes.